Navalineal doing some test plays today. So be testing your map here, the baby Panda. There's no errors on the map checker, so that's really good. Just kind of looking at the numbers here. The reaction, I think, was like over 700, which is quite slow for Expert Plus. Like, I would peg these as more sort of like expert numbers. If you want, we can talk more about the jump distance and stuff. Like, I would probably make that shorter. Like, with this note density, maybe like a 19 or a 20, depending on like how note dense it is. So those I'm just going to jump in and stuff. Yeah, so these walls aren't technically interactable, but I would like a little bit more silence. It's technically not a hot start because there's nothing for me to interact with and play with, but I'd like a little bit more silence in there just so that they're not already on the screen as I spawn in. Like, they're not interactable, so it's technically not a hot start, but those diagonals down felt a little bit awkward to play. Like, I would probably just move them up here to the outside lanes just to kind of give me a little bit more room to play them.
I let the baby panda die, and now it's not coming back. I saw the blood in its eyes, its fur was no longer black. It's not coming back. It's not coming back.
Ooh, I really like this part. That double's not bad. I would separate them a little bit more. Like, I'd put the red over one to the left or the blue one over to the right. Just give a little bit more room. It wasn't like hand clappy. So I'm just going to start at the beginning again. I forgot where. Yeah, just to give you a little bit more room to play them.
I let the baby panda die, and now it's not coming back. I saw the blood in its eyes.
The intro's very,
It's not coming back.
actually, everything right before this part here is very, very bottom row heavy. I think you could get a lot more and centered. Like, this is kind of what we were talking about, like with the pictures I was sending you and stuff for the Diamonds in the Rough thing is, like, I'm just kind of not moving, and being bottom row too, like it's just very low energy to kind of lift these things. So I think, like, especially because you're asking about curation and stuff, like, again, all of this is very, very playable, don't get me wrong, but I think you could incorporate more of the top, the middle, maybe even get some face notes in there depending on your half jump duration and such. Just kind of spice it up a little bit, get the player moving a little bit more, because this is just very, very central, very bottom row. Now, once we get to the chorus here, this picks up. This is great. Actually, in fact, I love, after doing a crossover like this in the top row, a beautiful note to play after that is the down diagonals in the bottom corner, because it's just so satisfying. Because you cross over and then you sort of slice your hands down. That's just really fun to play. But again, what you have is perfectly fine. But yeah, this chorus, it's really picking up here. And combined with the wall and the lights, like, yeah, this just feels really good. That part there might be a little fast, but I think it's fine. Yeah, so if you really want to spice up this section here, because you actually get a nice little lean moving over to the left here, or to the right, sorry. Yeah, you get a nice little lean going here. So then if you really want to make it spicy, then you could bring it out and then get an opposite lean over on the other side. Like, basically just kind of flip back to neutral and then mirror the patterns over on the other side would make this really good. Because you kind of do that in the chorus, in the first part. Because you got right, left, middle. Yeah, so I would probably do the first lean here so that then the second lean can go over here. Because then it's basically taking what you did in the first part and then just elevating it, because you had the leans going. But now we're going to do it with scissors, which would be really, really fun. Right, left, middle. Yeah, so if we have like a yeah, so if we do like left and then right at the end, that would be really cool. That that red there might be a little flicky because it's a jump going over 3 lanes. I don't know. It depends how fast. Same here. Like, and this is kind of what I was talking about with swing speed, right? So you've got these 3 notes in a row. I don't know if they're quarters or not because in game you can't really tell. But anytime that there's like fast notes like that, you always think it's easier to play it with one hand. It's usually easier to play it with both because like it's much easier to miss it like this unless the notes are really close together and stuff. So a lot of people will play single notes with stuff like that, but it's way easier to have it alternate between the 2 hands, so it doesn't feel so flicky. Then you can swing more fully on them. Yeah, so there I would probably make that make that alternating. Little gallopy there. Yeah, see, that would be a section where it'd make more sense to do it as a single saber because it's slower and there's more space between them, right? So you're kind of doing like the opposite, and most new mappers do this, right? Is they'll do their single saber on the faster parts and then alternate on the slower parts. When if you want to emphasize something like that, that would be the section to do a single saber part, in my opinion. Oh, okay, yeah. So some of these doubles are a little bit awkward. I mean, just in general, this course doesn't feel like it's flowing as well as the other one. But yeah, some of these doubles, I'd have to look at it in editor, but I think you got some weird angles going on here. Sorry, let me go back. Here, maybe? Yeah, like something... Yeah, some of these angles are a little bit awkward. Yeah, like down here, you got this like 4-lane wide thing, and then it's going up into a double here. That's going to be kind of a bad cut wrist because you have to sort of rotate the wrist around, and it's kind of not obvious you're supposed to do that. And plus, having 2 4-lane wide hits in a row, like it just, you lose that flow, that movement, because it's just, again, very, very central. Yeah, so right here, that one right there, that, I don't know if I can... Here. Let me slow it down a bit. Yeah, so this one here, because you got like a crossover here, and then to try to flick into that, like that double just doesn't work after the one that you have preceding it. Oh my goodness, sorry. I had to restart it. Yeah, because I have to like, yeah, that double just doesn't work. Okay, I'll stop belaboring that point. Actually, let me just go normal speed now. Yeah, so I liked, so the ending of that was much better, but it was very central. Like I was just kind of sitting in the middle, more flicking my wrist than moving my hands, right? But you can get into, like doing a lot of those kind of crossovers, like move one down here and then one over here or something like that. Sorry, I lost the parody. Yeah, so again, that section there, very, very central. And then right at the end, you have like very like 4-lane wide across. So again, that's like for people with shorter arms, that can be hard to hit. But it's just, again, it's not very like dancey, right? Like, because you're just kind of staying very central. Okay, let me go back. Again, all of this is playable. Like, don't get me wrong. I like that emphasis. Yeah, right there, just 4-lane wides. Yeah, so that part was really, really good. You had some really good patterns there, got me with a nice right lean. But then one, we just kind of stayed there and we didn't sort of resolve it by having a lean in the other direction. So again, it's great now, but if you can do some this way and then resolve it by having some that way, like that's how you take the map to the next level and get it really, really fancy. Okay, sorry, I forgot where I was. I'm sorry, I'm being really... whatever, I'll just play it a lot. It's fine. Yeah, so again, big left lean, but then it kind of wasn't resolved by a right lean. Now we have one, but this is kind of well later. Yeah, little gallopy through that section. I like the energy there, like having the constant stream at the ending, but again, very, very central. Like we kept coming back to the middle instead of being able to sort of spread, move, because that would be a wonderful space to have the player kind of move across the board. You know, it's the big finale, kind of build some intensity there if we can. Yeah, and then nice simple ending with the wall there. So yeah, excellent. So again, very, very playable. I know it sounds like I pointed out a lot of stuff, but I'm only just saying that because I'm working with you for Diamonds in the Rough for one thing. But just to, like the whole point, you're asking how to make this curatable and stuff, right? Like these are the kinds of things you want to think about. It's not so much like each individual pattern, it's how the patterns interact together. And like what you do with one pattern depends on the pattern that was before it, right? So for example, yeah, you had some really great leans here, but then I just kind of stopped and came back to the center. What's going to make it really dancey is you lean this way and then it leads you into this way and leans you into this way and stuff. That's where you're going to get the dancing. And you can use the walls, you can use the angles of the notes. Like for example, playing diagonals down on the outside lane is just going to immediately make you lean in that direction just with how the body works, right? So you can either do it like this with two downs, or you could do it like this with one down, one up. That leans into this. That gets like that figure eight, that dancey kind of feel. Even just keeping the notes together, like going over here and then going over here is going to make that, like that'll be more movement, not lean. But either is going to make the player move and make them kind of want to dance and stuff, right? So I know I'm throwing a lot at you here with this one. Really, it again, very, very playable. It's like no vision blocks, no parity issues. Like that's really, really good at this stage. So please feel free to ask me any questions if you have them, and otherwise I hope that helps.